getting Korean visa, how easy is it?
So compared to other countries, I would say it's more difficult. Unfortunately, people get duped, for reasons to say, oh, I want a sure visa. There's nothing like a sure visa or a guaranteed visa. There's nothing like
because most people really believe once they use an agent, automatically they are going to get this thing.
No. Any country within the Schengen area.
Okay. Schengen, what is that?
Schengen is like is a treaty among 26 countries in Europe, mainly in Europe. So they call them the Schengen area. Okay. So automatically, when you get the Schengen visa, you can travel across
those 26 countries.
26.
Alright, in today's video, I'm going to share with you guys how you can actually apply for Korean visa and get that visa to travel to Korea. As many of you already know, I was in Korea recently, which I spent some time. And for those of you who already follow this channel, you probably thought I left Nigeria because I said I have Jackpot. Actually, I didn't really leave Nigeria. I just went to spend some time in Korea. And many of you really reached out and said you also want to travel to Korea to find out for work opportunities or probably to just live in that country. So what I'm going to do in this video is to share with you how you can actually apply for Korean visa and travel to Korea to work or for tourism. And this video is going to be a two-part series because this is just the first one. Then the second one, I'm also going to show you how you can actually travel to Korea for free. In this video also, I'll be sharing with you how you can also apply for visas to go to other parts of the country, especially as Nigerian. To do justice to this video today, we are joined by Mr. Kayode Adebisi, which also the CEO of Adex Travel and Tour. Mr. Kayode, welcome to the channel.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here. Shall we begin?
All right. So by the way, Mr. Kayode has refused to drink because he's a man of God. He's fasting. Okay. So just in case, before you put that, say I'm the only one drinking though.
No, it's my choice.
Okay, it's his choice. Let's start with how can someone really apply for Korean visa? Like, how many visas can you really apply? What kind of visas can you apply?
Okay, so basically, there are several types of visas actually for Nigerians to apply through the Korean embassy. Okay. But majorly, I would want to speak to three types. Okay. The first one is the conference visa. The second one is the business visa. Okay. And the third one is the general visa, which we also call the tourist visa.
Tourist visa. Okay.
So basically, then we have also study visas. We have diplomatic visas, which of course are time bound and service bound in terms of what you want.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Okay, but we'll be talking about the three major ones.
Right.
Okay. So the first main visa, like the business visa.
Okay.
So who needs that business visa?
Okay, so generally businessmen.
Businessmen who want to travel to Korea for business opportunity, import things and all of that. Those are the ones that apply for business visa. So like how many days do you get with that business visa?
So you get standard 3 months.
Standard 3 months. So you have 90 days. Right. Okay, for that business visa. Right. All right. So for the business visa, what are the requirements?
So for the business visa, like I said, letter of invitation, guarantee letter
of invitation from Korea.
From Korea, yes. Okay. From the company in Korea.
Okay. Then so that means that that's if you are running a partnership. So what if you just wanted to go on your own?
So that's
for a survey.
So that's the restriction. Okay. It has to be tied to a company inviting you.
Okay. The company in Korea has to invite you.
That's fundamental. Okay. And of course, aside that, also the business registration of the company will provide you with. Then also, in terms of, so those are the major things you need to get from Korea. Okay. Then from you as an applicant, you need to have 6-month bank statement. Okay. So that's fundamental also, and the way, and that's why when I say the Korean visa is difficult, does not necessarily mean difficult in its sense, but the process to getting those documents and the application, that's what I mean. Okay. So for instance, now if you want to apply for a bank statement, the policy for Korean embassy is that you need to print out the bank statement in Abuja. In Abuja. It has to be stamped in Abuja. For other countries,
even if you're applying in Lagos.
Even if you're applying in Lagos, then the bank has to be in Lagos. Okay. So you're applying in Abuja, the bank has to be in Abuja. Okay. For other countries of visas application, you can print your bank statement anywhere and get it stamped. So that's what I mean by being difficult. Okay. Then also you need to also provide evidence of your business in Nigeria. Okay. So if you are an importer, so bill of lading, all those import related documents, or if you into car sales, or if you're into housing, something that would show that you have a viable business in Nigeria and it's operational. So we're talking about tax clearance certificates, we're talking about CAC documents, which are your document for
Registering your company.
guaranteeing that you are the owner of the company with your name and all
to
that.
that business.
Yeah. So overall, that's what you would need
Okay.
to apply for a business visa.
Okay, for a bank statement, like what amount do they really look at? A standard amount for business visa?
So for business visas, from experience, 4 million closing balance. That's
4 million
closing balance.
That's a lot of money now. $4 million or $4 million naira?
4 million naira.
I'm conscious of people watching this video. Most of them will already have that.
Okay, yeah, fine.
4 million naira is not a lot of money anyway. For business. If it was for something, I mean, any businessman, of course, you should have more than 4 million.
But again, it's the limit. So it's in terms of proving your financial capability. If you have 10 million, oh wow, superb. If you have
so it makes it more just to show
so
your
it's a
capacity.
limit at least. So when you remove your flight ticket, when you remove your hotel, at least you still have something to fall back on.
Okay, then move on to the second visa type.
Okay, so for the second visa type, the conference visa now.
Okay,
so it's
visa.
again related.
Okay.
Of course, you're going for a conference, you need to have an invitation letter from the organizers.
Okay.
And, you need to also have a guarantee. So
From Korea.
In Korea too.
Okay.
Then also the conference organizers need to give you evidence of or information around the conference itself, like a conference brochure, to explain this is what and what it is. Then of course evidence that you have paid the conference fee. Right. So because for them, for the embassy, they want to guarantee that you're not just going aside, or you don't have any other hidden agenda, kind of.
Besides the conference that you're actually going for.
Because basically, for the conference visa, you can't work with it. The other thing about the Korean visa, from experience, is that it's single entry.
So once you come out, your own.
It's a single entry, so you can't get multiple entry visas. So regardless of the number of days, you have to just go and
spend the whole time.
Yeah.
Even if your conference is 2 days, spend 2 days, use the other day, go enter also, make money, come back. It's not. I didn't say that, but I'm just saying, just visit your conference and come back. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the third one.
So the third one is the one we generally know as the tourist visa.
Tourist visa.
Yeah, which is popular, the most popular visas when you think of applying for visas in any country. So again, same thing, you have to be invited. You have to have a guarantee. But this time around, it is an individual that will invite you. For the other types of visas,
organization
or a company can do, but this one has to be an individual. And of course, you have to have your bank statement, you have to have your documents proving that you're working in Nigeria. So issues around, or documents around employment, letter, pay slips, what have you. So that gives you the whole package. Again, it applies. Your bank statement has to be printed in Abuja if you're applying in Abuja, in Lagos if you're applying in Lagos. But one key thing about applications for Korean visas is that they have two methods or two processes that you can use to apply for their visas. If you're applying, so they have this policy to say, all residents in southern parts of Nigeria, so all the southern states, you have to go to Lagos to apply. So, and they have a station in Lagos, and you'd apply directly to the embassy
in Lagos
without booking appointment, of course. But in Abuja, they have a third-party agent called VFS. So VFS, that's where. So if you are a resident in the north, you have to come to Abuja to apply through VFS, not through the embassy in Abuja. So for VFS, of course, you pay the VFS service charge, you pay the appointment booking fee, in all. So those two are the processes you can apply.
And I'm sure we'll put up the website of the VFS. Why English have like this? VFS website. We'll put it up, on the screen so you can see. I'm sure also if you check the website, you can also see the required document depending on which visa that you want to go to. Whether it's the conference, whether it's the tourism or the business. If you check their website, you also see that these are the required documents that you need to get from Korea, and the required document that you also need to submit and all of that. So once you have all of those things, put together, and then you book your appointment, then it becomes easier for you to just go apply and get. But why do you think people always apply? Sometimes they don't apply, get all the informations right, or what is the issue in terms of why people always not get visas? Okay.
People forge documents a lot.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
So that's one of the reasons why people don't get. Okay.
rejected.
So by the time they do their background check and then they realize this
especially
document
the
is
bank
not.
statement, because not many persons. Of course, David had said it's
As a businessman, now how far? We
4
must have 4
million
million. You don't have 4 million, you're not doing business.
Of course,
I'm joking.
But so for some persons, out of desperation, they still try to forge and get
Okay.
those stuff.
Okay, because many times, most people probably want to travel to this country. Not necessarily they are going for business or they are businessmen, but they just want to go and hustle and all of that. So maybe using the business route will be the best option, but they don't have that requirement.
Right.
Yeah, so when they try and then probably there's a background check.
Yeah.
But someone can also sponsor you, I guess.
Yes. So there's opportunity for sponsorship. So like I always tell people, your sponsorship should not just be general. It should not just be any person. Should be at least someone that has a family tie with you, so you can have what's called evidence.
Okay.
Birth certificate and all that. So, but if you're doing a sponsorship route on any of those visas, you can sponsor someone on conference, on business, on tourism, and all that. The sponsor, of course, will provide a sponsorship letter.
Okay.
But that letter has to be attested at the
okay.
Ministry of Foreign Affairs, even with the documents you're presenting. So maybe the sponsorship letter, your birth certificate, those 2 documents have to be attested at Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Okay, beautiful. All right, so let's break it down before we go to another topic. So let's break it down. So the main thing, if you want to apply for visa, let's say you're applying in Abuja. Okay, I think the main thing first, you have to know, if you're applying for Korean visa, you have to know where to apply,
right,
whether it's Lagos or Abuja.
Right.
If it's Lagos, you have to go to the Lagos Korean embassy in Lagos,
right,
walk in and apply. You don't need to book any appointment.
No.
If it's in Abuja, you have to check the VFS website,
right,
book an appointment,
right,
get all your documents, and then apply. So first of all, know where you have to apply. Then secondly, make sure you check all the required documents, and then have all of those required documents prepared, so that when you go to apply, you're not running helter-skelter, and then you can apply, and then hopefully you get this thing. So I think that's the main thing. So know where you need to apply, get all your documents ready, and then apply. The visa fee, how much is it? I know it's on the website.
Yeah, it's on the website.
Around 18,000 or so.
Yeah,
Okay.
approximately.
All right, so let's talk about 2 important things actually. The first one is, what about working visa?
Okay, so for work visas in Korea, right?
Yes, for Nigerians.
For Nigerians. So basically, that platform or that pathway is not clearly defined, unfortunately, in Nigeria as at now, because
it's not clearly defined for Nigerians.
For Nigerians, yes, because
when I see why I come back. Okay, go ahead.
Because the opportunities, even when you go to the website, right, you don't see the slots for work visas.
Okay.
In terms of even booking appointments on the website, you don't see that,
and
then you don't even see the information on. For instance, like if you want to apply for a tourist visa, you see the documents required. But when you check for work visas,
you cannot even see the documents.
You don't see how to. But there are opportunities anyway. But most times those opportunities are not solid if someone in Korea help you facilitate
all
the
of
work
that
process, so it becomes easy and becomes almost seamless to be able to apply from Nigeria to go to work in Korea.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so that is quite very important, because I know many people want to go to Korea are actually going because they want to work, not necessarily because they want to study or conference, because they want to work. So that's why they try to get that. But beside that, I think what most people also do is that if they can get this business visa or they can get this conference visa, they go there and then they actually use that to work, which is not legal, but people actually use that to work and then go into places and work and all of that. Like, go to factory where they're looking for workers, actually work, make their money, and then come back. Some actually don't also come back. So this thing, that's how it's done. Foreign visa is not the only visa that most Nigerians actually look out for. Actually, it's actually the list of visas that most Nigerians look out for. There's so many other visas out there, so many other countries out there, which Nigerians are actually even more interested to travel to. And Mr. Kayode here also, like I told you guys, have a lot of experience in this other country. So what I'm going to do as part of the bonus in this video is for allow him to share his experiences in terms of getting visas to this other country, and also the required document to get visas for those countries, so that if there's something that you're really interested, you'll be able to know the processes. All right. Which other countries can people really travel to? Maybe like the top 3 and the required documents.
Okay, fine. Thank you very much again. So basically, the top 3, from my own experience now, the top is any country within the Schengen area.
Okay. Schengen, what
So
is that?
Schengen is like, is a treaty among 26 countries in Europe, mainly in Europe. So they call them the Schengen area.
Okay.
So automatically, when you get the Schengen visa, you can travel across
those 26 countries.
26 countries.
Okay.
In the number. So that's like top. I know, but most people want to dispute and say, oh, what of Canada? What of But for me, from experience, Schengen. So within the Schengen area, we have the one that I've really worked on, like almost back to back. France.
Okay, France.
We have Poland.
Okay.
We have Germany.
Okay.
Then we have Lithuania.
France, Poland, Germany, and
Lithuania.
Okay.
Of course, we have. I've processed Spanish visas. I've processed Italian visas, but these 4 visas I mentioned earlier are my top.
Top ones that are more guaranteed. People get more.
People apply
Okay.
often now and then. So, but again, the side to it is that some of these countries getting visa appointment rather, it's difficult.
Okay.
Because
getting the visa appointment.
Yes,
yourself.
it's difficult. So of course, every other country you have to book for a visa appointment yourself. Okay. So getting that, for instance, Poland, I stopped applying for Polish visas because Poland visas are visas I used to get for study and for work. In short, Polish work visas are one of the best visas that I applied for in recent times.
Okay.
But we stopped because getting appointments for people to go submit their visas has become difficult.
Oh, okay.
It has become almost even impossible to even get for Nigerians to get a slot. So painfully, we had to backstep. So what we have right now, that we tend to have appointments easy and almost available, are countries like Lithuania. If you want to apply for Lithuanian visa today, you can get an appointment for next week.
There are job opportunities there.
Yeah, there are job opportunities there also, but the cap there is that Lithuanian embassy right now, before they used to give you slots for long-term visas, which include study or work, but now they've only restricted their appointments to short stay. That's so like they're trying to shrink the opportunities.
So when you get the short stay, that means you won't be able to work then.
Yeah, you won't be able to work legally.
Legally.
Then we have also Latvia. Latvia is also a country within the Schengen area, Eastern Europe, that you can also get the appointment easy. So the goal for most people or most persons I've worked with so far is that, bros, just give me a visa to get into the country.
Schengen.
Yeah, anything I do after that.
So once, at least if you enter the Schengen with one visa, you can move to another.
Yeah, you can move.
So then if you move from Poland to another place. Okay, so it's actually a good advantage. So you get one to cover like so many other countries.
Yes. But basically, if you, for instance, if you apply your Schengen visa and you get it through the Polish embassy, that's the Poland embassy, you need to first visit Poland before you go to any other. So that's the guiding principle for Schengen applications.
Okay, that makes sense. So Schengen visa is like one of the major other visas most Nigerians are pushing out for, and like from what he has said, is something that have more success or high success rates than other ones. Okay, which other one?
Then of course the almighty UK.
Okay.
The UK visas are also top notch. Of course, you can also get appointments. And it's paid
for employment.
For employment, for work, for study, like we all know, and of course for tourist applications.
How hard is that UK visa? How hard is it?
Before it used to be something difficult, in terms of again the process and what have you and documentation. But now it seems more easy. I say easy because of the rate at which they are churning out visas to people. So for
that's
study,
UK, right?
Yeah, that's
okay. UK. So UK recently separated from the EU, right?
Yeah.
So maybe they want more people to.
So maybe it's a strategy for the betterment of the country. Yeah. So those two. So Schengen is like 26 countries, then UK. Then of course we have the Canada, we have
people, all of you want to go
the US visas. Of course, again, US visas, popular knowledge, getting appointments for particularly short B1, B2 visas almost takes you a year, 2 years to get a slot. You know, for Canada, you could submit, but the processing time, it could take you 6 months. It could take you, you know. So those variables are what really is pushing. For me, I don't see much clients getting interest in those kind of countries.
Okay. So between Canada, UK, and Schengen visas, like the Schengen visa, a little more easier.
Yeah, it's a
First,
little in terms of documentation, again,
documentation.
but again, we're not guaranteeing to say once you apply for a particular country.
Of course, visa application is not guaranteed.
So
Okay, so but then what are like the documentations needed for?
yeah, so
generally for this?
statutorily, every visa applicant needs to have bank statement,
Okay.
closing balance, 6 months. Some
Okay.
countries 3 months. Then of course, so that's one financial evidence of financial support or financial capability. Then evidence of work.
When you say closing balance, or the amount that must remain in that account.
Yes, so that's
must be,
so that's the closing balance as at when you're printing out the statement.
okay, must be a particular amount
Yeah,
sometimes.
At least 3 million, 1.5, 3 million, 2.5 million, you know. So medium 2.5 million upward. The higher the money, the better. But again, let me just drop this here. It's not like you just go and, you know, get some people deposit huge money into your account today and tomorrow you print out and you take it to the embassy.
So there's a 6 months
it's
records
yeah,
they
it's
have to see.
systematic, yeah. So
But is it specific? Must it be Naira account?
No.
Whether Naira,
Naira,
dollar?
dollar
matter?
perfect. If you have dollar or all the other domiciliary accounts, perfect.
Okay.
It's no problem.
One important thing I was actually put in this video is that you can actually apply for your own visa by yourself. So why do many people prefer to use agent? How difficult is it applying for visa? Why do people prefer to use? I know it's your area of services, but why do people prefer to use your services? That because you don't work for the country, you don't work for the embassy. So why do people think until they use your services, people like your services, before they can apply for visa? Can't they just apply for visa themselves?
Okay, so well, I also want to drop this out here to say that the ecosystem, let me use the word ecosystem, the visa agent ecosystem in Nigeria, it's not very friendly.
Okay.
You know, unfortunately, people get duped, you know, for reasons to say, oh, I want a sure visa. There's nothing like a sure visa or a guaranteed visa. There's nothing like
Because most people really believe once they use an agent, automatically they are going to get this thing.
No. It's
Which
just
is why
like,
they get duped many times.
yeah, exactly. Just like you engaging a general contractor to help you build a house, right? So because you can also be there to ensure that the bricklayer does his work and every other person, but because you don't have that time, then you're willing to outsource it. So I'll see my work as an outsourcing of what you should do as a person. So what you should do as a person is to perhaps fill the visa form. Some people have issues around filling the visa form, and if you don't fill it correctly, it might delay your application, it might even get refused. Some people have issues around getting the right template to write your letter. So for instance, when you're working, when you want to submit a visa application as an employee, you need to have your letter of introduction drafted. You know, so some people lose content on how to draft that letter. So we jump in there to provide you that letter. Some people also don't know how to, they might know but don't have the time to book for visa appointments, for instance. So we jump in, we do. Then of course we do flight reservation, we do hotel reservation for the purpose of your visa submission. Then we also help you pay your visa fee.
Okay, so these are most of the things that you package as.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And again, the top of all, which I see as very valuable, is the experience. You know, over 5 years.
Yeah, we already have the experience,
so
you know the loopholes.
Once I assess your document, I tell you, oh, this is not good. Let's do it this way, so that we can get a better.
And you can also advise, like, since because most people just want to japa, leave Nigeria, they don't really know why, where, no plan, nothing. They just say, bro, somebody contact me, say, bro, I have this amount of money in my account. This is the only money I have. I want to leave Nigeria. I say, I'm not a travel agent too. So most people don't have like a clear. So, but that's something you can also advise. Like, since you have this kind of skills or you don't have this kind of skills, I think you should go here, here, or here.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. So basically, run us through how you run your own services. So, but what I've pointed out here clearly is that one, because I want to be very transparent. One, I'm not trying to like for you guys to say I'm sending you market, you can apply for your own visa
Right.
by yourself.
Right.
All right?
Right.
You don't need any agent, you don't need any third party, because
Right.
those agents don't work for that country, they don't
Right.
work for the embassy.
Right.
Okay, you can apply for yourself.
Right.
One. Two, there's nothing like sure.
Exactly.
There's nothing like somebody will collect some amount of money from you and then there's no guarantee.
guarantee at
All
all.
right. So from what I understand clearly, because I know Mr. Kayode, okay, he runs his business in a very transparent way. What I understand clearly is that based on his experience, you're able to guide you, this is what to do. Provide all of those details so you don't have to stress yourself, getting this one, going this one, that. All right. And beside that, provide clear cut, vision for you, what you need to do and all of that. But let me allow him in 2 minutes to just clearly explain, like clearly, this and this is what they offer as a services, this and this is what they offer, and how much they also offer their services, so that those of you who are looking to travel out of this country, either to Korea or to other part of the country, you can, rest assured be able to use the services.
Okay. Thank you very much. So basically, I would term myself as an agent that provides visa application support services. I have to emphasize the support because I'm only supporting your visa application process.
Okay.
So that includes, one, I'd mentioned before, filling of your visa form.
Okay.
Two, booking of appointment. So the visa form we usually fill, most countries fill online. So we have to fill online, create a profile for you and do that. So we fill your application form. We help you upload your visa documents for countries that require you to self-upload. So we take that hustle away from you. We take your documents, we scan it to the prescribed format and we upload. And fourthly, we do document screening, which is where the advisory that we provide comes in. Based on our experience, we assess your document, we screen it to say this document is not okay. You need to bring additional documents to ensure that your visas get approved.
Okay.
Then also we provide letter templates to ensure that you get your introduction letter to the embassy properly worded for the purpose of visa application and for the purpose of success of the visa. And we also try to so we have a partnership with a travel insurance company. So if you need travel insurance, you can get across to us. We help you do that at a discounted price, of course. And so basically that's what
you provide all of those services.
So hotel reservation, flight reservations, we do that for you.
Okay, so beside that, also you sit down with the client, discuss,
yes,
and
of course,
advise the client.
Yeah, that's fundamental for us because we need to know you as a person to be able to advise you properly. We need to assess your document to know. For instance, so many persons have been refused before. So when they come to us, they'll say, "Oh, one agent cooked up some documents and we were refused, and so can you help us?" So we first analyze and tell you. If it's something we see we can do, we'll tell you we can't do. If we can't do, we say we cannot do because of this prevailing situation. But if you still want to proceed, you're fine to do that.
I think integrity and honesty is very important
Yes.
in business. So which is why, for me, of course, you guys know I don't feature a lot of people on this channel. So when I feature someone, I'm putting my name tag on it. Okay, integrity and honesty is very key because this visa thing, like you already said, a lot of people give you assurances that they're not supposed to give you because not something.
Once anybody gives you assurance on visa, they'll just run because it's not
because they don't work for those countries.
I can only give you assurance on something I'm giving you. I'm the one issuing it as a president. So once I'm not the one issuing it, if I give you assurance, then I'm almost
okay. So great. So if someone is looking to go either to Shanghai, Canada, or UK or Korea, so what are your prices for the services?
Yes,
basically.
So basic charge, flat rate, 150,000 naira.
150,000.
Yeah, to provide all those services.
Small money. Okay.
But interestingly, maybe just to let you know, for the community, because I have this unique opportunity, I would give 20% discount.
Yay! 20%, I'll collect 10% side. All right. So the services offered is at a flat rate of 150,000, and already explain what you do for you. One, he will sit down with you, advise you, or Zoom meeting, whatever, to advise you, clearly, and understand your situation, and then be able to advise you. Then also all the document that you need, help you so that all of those will come in and gotten clearly, well prepared, and then you'll be able to now submit, your application, and then having more higher chances, of succeeding, than failing, because you've been given proper assistance. And you also may not even have the time to be running around, be notarize this one, notarize that one. It's something I think it can also help you notarize, do this, get all those things done. So at a flat fee of 150, knowing the agent community in Nigeria, I mean, that is quite very cheap and honest price. And to cap it up, now you also have 20% discount. All right, so if you want to get the discount and you want to use the services, just let him know that you watched you're coming from Mr. David Nkwa YouTube channel, where you watched him, and then they're reaching out to him from there, and they'll be able to apply that discount to you. But make sure you pay your money. It's not free. All right, and also I must also say, please do your due diligence to be as sincere and as clear as possible, because sometimes people are not very sincere. It's like when you meet a lawyer, you have committed a crime. You will not tell the lawyer everything. So the lawyer is going to only run to the law court based on the information he has. So make sure you provide every detail so that it becomes easier for him to also do his work in terms of assisting you. All right, so this has been a very interesting conversation. It's not something we normally do on this channel, but because many of you requested for it, that's why we are doing this. And in this season in Nigeria, we call it jackpot season. A lot of people are leaving Nigeria in throws, in masses, professionals, and everybody's leaving. This is not just me saying it. I mean, something you can Google and see, and the reason is because many people don't really see a future in Nigeria, and the opportunities are not there. People study, come out of school, and there are no jobs. A lot of people are also coming out, there are no jobs and all of that. So the opportunities, if you can get it out there, is better. So people always ask me, should you jackpot or not? My answer have always been, well, if you have a better opportunity out there, please, and you're younger, take it. Okay, so take it. But for me, I'm an old man, so I cannot jackpot now. It's too late. Will you jackpot or not?
Oh well, I think for me, I was just already thinking about something in my mind. I think for me, information is key. So if you want to jackpot, be informed. So you just do. If you can keep this acronym, BIT, JAPA, be informed to JAPA.
BIT JAPA, be informed to JAPA. I think that's the top title of this video, BIT JAPA. So be informed to JAPA. Yeah, exactly. So you don't just leave the country and then go and start suffering for no reason and all of that. Yeah. So that's why even me, in my travel to Korea, I said it's a pre-JAPA. So you don't have to visit, make inquiry, assess to be sure it's where you can live, where you can work, opportunities are there. If you can do that, I mean, if you cannot travel down there to do that, at least be informed properly. So this is why people like this are here. Also, if you have someone there, contact them, find out in sincerity what is life there. Over there. Yeah, and then have a skill, to go. Look, I don't have anything. Look, if you don't have any skill, like I talked about, I mean, you can also work in the factory and work in blue collar jobs and all of that. But is it something you're really willing to do? You have to be willing to, put in that stress. Stand in the cold. Now, me, I can't stand cold. I'm wearing cap now. So these are the things that you need to be informed to JAPA, BIT JAPA. So I think that's one of the best place to actually end this interview today. So Mr. Kayode, thank you so much for coming to the channel, and hopefully many people will be able to use your services, and hopefully many more people will be able to travel out of this country. But we are looking out for a time when we'll have more people traveling into Nigeria than travel out of Nigeria. But this is where we found ourselves, and this is what it is. And like I told you guys, this is a two-part series. So if you haven't watched the first one, how you can travel to Korea for free, you can check it out. And this one gives you a clear way on how to process and get all your visas. Thank you so much for watching. Click the like button if you like this video, share it if you like it, so turn up notification for more videos like this, and drop your comment, let me know. So I'm going to leave Mr. Kayode's contact, all right, which is the CEO of Adex Travel and Tour. Leave his contact on the description, so check the description of this video. You'll see his phone numbers there. You can actually call him and reach out to him on WhatsApp and all of that. All right, and if you're able to do and get your visa and travel, please don't forget to let us know so that we can know that this video has been a blessing to you. Until see you guys on the very next one.